Greetings and good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are, happy Saturday to you all. How have you all been? Thanks for joining us. When you do, please share to be a blessing for us. You are very welcome to another episode of A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. And we are grateful to have you all with us. We are grateful that you take time to um, come join us as we discuss, as we digest the topics that we bring on here, as we learn from each other. How have you all been? Please share to be a blessing for us. As I do say, we will start in 2 minutes. We'll start in two as I share to our other platforms for our viewers to also have the opportunity to help to join us today as we discuss the topic of knowing your place in people's life, 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 knowing your place in people's life. Where do you see yourself in people's life? Where do you locate or where do you place yourself in people's life? We will start in two. We'll start in 2 minutes. Please share. Thanks for joining us here. I appreciate you so much. Please share to be a blessing for us. As I do say, we'll start in few. Where do you see yourself in the lives of friends, family, in the lives of co-workers, in the lives of everybody that is around you? Do you know your place? Do you know your place in people's life? Where do you find yourself? Right? So that is going to be the topic that we're going to discuss. It is an open chat. You are more than welcome to put your comment, your questions, your contributions in the comment section. Let's have this conversation. Let's make this fun. Let's make this educative. Let's go out there and put our thoughts out there, right? Somebody might be willing, or somebody might be in need of this, as I always say. But where do you find yourself in people's life, right? Where do you place yourself in people's life? Do you even know your place in people's life? Or are you one of those that want to meddle in everything? One of those that want to put yourself in every space, every position, everywhere you find yourself, right? Know your place in people's life. Know your place in people's life. Know your place in the lives of your loved ones. Know your place so you can act accordingly. Know your place so you don't overstep. Know your place so people don't overstep. Know your place so you don't end up hurting yourself, right? So know yourself where you are. Know yourself what level you find yourself. Know yourself how people place you or where people place you in their lives, right? Where people place you in their life. That is what you have to think about. Where do people place me? Where do my friends place me? Where do that colleague of mine place me, right? That is something that you have to look at. You have to understand, because when you do that, you end up not overstepping. You end up doing what is necessary of you, what is right of you. You end up not being hurt in any process, right? You end up doing well for yourself. You end up being a happier person. You end up knowing what to say and what not to say. You end up knowing where to be and where not to be. You end up knowing how to take things as and when it comes your way, how to react to things as and when it comes your way, how to open up to things when it comes your way, right? But it is of importance that you know your place in people's life. It is of importance that you know how you are measured and act accordingly. All right. So please share to be a blessing as we do same, and we will start in a minute. Right? I said, know your place in people's lives and act accordingly, right? It is not pride, it is just respect. It is not pride, it is just you placing their need first. It is not pride. It is you respecting yourself enough to say that, hey, this is what this person want. This is what that person want. And I have to act accordingly, right? I have to act well on that, right? So it is not you being prideful, it is you being respectful of that person's space, respectful of that person's need, respectful of what the person wants, right? And acting accordingly. It's just you being respectful. As I learn your place in someone's life, so you don't overplay your hand, right? Learn your place in people's lives so you don't overplay your hand. So you don't think that, oh, you have to go overly for something that you're not supposed to, right? I always say that if you are invited, then go. If you are not invited, then stay put, right? You don't sometimes you have to pull yourself away in order to see the benefit of what you're doing, of knowing your place in people's life, right? So know yourself in people's life so you don't overplay your hand, so you don't, let me use the word, over love, over protective, over paying, right? So you don't do that. You got to know how those that person see you. You got to know what that person think of you. You got to know where this person want you to be in their life. Where exactly in their life do they want you? Where exactly in their life do you fit in, if I can use that word, right? So it is always important to know exactly what you do, to know exactly what needs to be done at every given point in time that you are with these people or you are with your friends, right? I said your feelings won't get hurt when you know your place in people's life. Your feelings won't get stumble upon when you know your place in somebody's life. If that person says that this is where I want you to be, I want you to be my guide, I want you to be my eyes, I want you to be my helper, then go for it, right? But if that person is not giving you that foresight, is not giving you that go ahead, then you got to learn to tread cautiously. You got to learn to tread according to what they want. You got to learn to tread according to what they need from you, right? So know your place in people's life is important for harmony, is important for growth, is important for peace. It is important for everything that concerns our human growth, right? I said, don't get involved if they don't involve you, right? Don't ask if you're not being told, right? Don't go if you are not being invited. Most people find themselves being disrespected, being spoken to anyhow, being treated anyhow, just because they felt that that person needed A, B, C, and Z. They feel that, oh, I'm friends with this person, so I do have to go all out for that person. Yes, it is good if that person is telling you that is what they want, right? It is okay to do that if that person is telling you that is what they want. It is okay to do that. But if that person is giving you other signals, if that person is telling you otherwise, then you got to tread cautiously. You got to tread cautiously. So don't get involved if you are not being involved. If that person chose not to tell you what exactly is going on, then don't get yourself involved. Because you doing that will only get you disrespected, only get you getting hurt, only get you feeling some type of way because that person didn't reciprocate whatever you were trying to do. Though sometimes all indications might tell you they don't need you, but sometimes they do. But even at that, you learn to tread cautiously. Even at that, you learn to know exactly where you stand in that person's life. You have a friend that you cherish so much. You have a brother that you cherish so much. You have a sister that you cherish so much. and you start to get involved in their issues, you start to get involved in their problems, you think that they need help, they need assistance. Oh, you are in a better position to assist them, yet every time you try to do that, you get disrespected, right? You get insulted at, you get spoken to anyhow. That is why you need to sit back and then reevaluate the situation and then draw the line. Unless you don't feel anything for being insulted, unless you don't feel anything for being spoken to anyhow, unless you don't feel anything for being treated anyhow just because you chose to meddle in things that does not concern you. And even if that thing concerns you, the person needs to give consent first. You can't just assume that, oh, because I'm close to them, they might need my assistance. Have you all realized that sometimes you're speaking to a friend and you know for a fact that they're going through stuff, and you try to talk to them, you try to calm them down because of whatever they're going through, and then they end up talking anyhow to you or screaming or disrespecting you in any kind of way? We've all been there before. I've been there before. I'm not going to even sit here and lie, right? I've been there before. So when we know our place in people's life, it gives us the upper hand. It gives us the momentum. It gives us the resources to know exactly what to do in every given situation. It gives us the upper hand, right? It gives us that upper hand. Yes, you want to help that person so bad because you know that whatever they're doing is wrong. You know that whatever they're doing, they're struggling. You know that whatever they're doing, they need help. They need their upper hand. They need assistance. But yet, what happens? You try to assist and you get spoken to anyhow. You try to assist and you get treated anyhow. If you are not invited, don't go. If they don't share with you, don't ask. Know your position, or knowing your position is the reality, right? Knowing exactly where you fit is the reality. You cannot put a square peg in a round hole, right? You cannot put a square peg in a round hole. So if you are a square peg in that round hole, that person thinking that you don't belong here, then stay put. Then stay put. Stay exactly where you are supposed to stay at. I said, remember not to overplay your role. We get too much from people because we expect too much from people because we want to do so much for them. We expect too much from people because we think that, oh, we're cool with them, so we can do so many things to help them, to make them happy. You are expecting too much from that person because that person will not give you the same thing that you are giving them. You might end up being spoken to anyhow. You might end up being treated anyhow. Not because what you're doing is wrong, but because this person want you to know exactly where you fit in their life. But guess what? Some of the situation too, you need to go all out. Knowing exactly that that person need me, that person need whatever you are saying. Whatever you saying is gonna be beneficial to that person. You find a way around it, right? You find a way around it. But know your place in people's life. Expecting too much from people will only get you hurt. Expecting too much from that person will only make you feel some type of way. If you know exactly where you fit in that person's life, you play according to your role. You play according to your role. What is your role in that person's life? That friend of yours, what is your role in their life? Do you know exactly where you fit? Or is it that whenever they need you, they come to you? Is it that you only there for certain things and you're not there for everything? Is it that you only there because they need something from you? Is it that you only there because they want to use you as a stepping stone? Is it that you only there because they feel that, oh, at a point where they are in need, you will be that support for them? Know your place in people's life. Know exactly where you belong in that fellow's life. Know exactly what you are there for. I say this to say this. Everybody has a role they play in people's life. You are in somebody's life not because you just want to be there, right? You are in people's life because you have a role to play in their life. You have a contribution to make in their life. So when you know what exactly that role is, it will go a long way to help you. Do you know what your role is in that person's life? Or you think that, oh, I just want to be friends with this person, so let's keep it going. We go into people's life for a reason. As the word says that there are times and seasons for everything, so are our lives in people's lives. So once your job is done in that fellow's life, you got to move. Because then when you keep staying there, you become nuisance to them. Am I making sense here? You become nuisance to that fellow. They see you as trouble because they think that you overstepping. They think that you overreaching. They think that, oh, you don't know the situation, so I don't even need your help. Meanwhile, you've been with this person for God knows how long. Know your place in people's lives. Know exactly what you dare to do in that fellow's life. Right? Know exactly what your role is in that person's life. Be happy knowing your place. Be happy knowing what exactly you are there for. Be happy knowing what exactly you are meant to do in the place that you occupy. Right? Excuse me. Know your place. As a be sensitive to others is one of the most important steps in knowing your place. Oh, yeah, I'm a friend to that person, but it is not all the time that they need me close. Yes, I am close to that fellow, but it is not all the time that they need my advice. Yes, I am close to that fellow. It is not all the time that they want me to contribute to whatever is going on. When you get to know these few things, you become a happier person because you won't get anybody speaking to you anyhow. You won't get anybody treating you anyhow. You won't get anybody disrespecting you anyhow because they think you overstepping. Know your place in people's lives. How many times have you overlooked the warning signs? How many times have you overlooked the warning signs of you not knowing your place in people's lives? How many times? How many times? Maybe you think that things are going to change, or maybe that person thinks that, oh, whenever I do that, I can get a second chance. Whenever I do that, that person is going to forgive me and then everything is going to be all right. But have you asked yourself, what exactly is my place in that person's life? This is not you asking too much of the person or of yourself. This is you knowing in such a way so that you won't get your feelings hurt, so that you won't overstep, so that you won't do things that you will end up saying to yourself, why did I do this? Why did I even care? Have we all been there before? Oh, why did I even care? I'm trying to help this person, and all they're doing is this. Why do I even care? Have we all asked ourselves that question before? Yes, I have. Because at that time, we didn't know exactly our place in that person's life. Maybe they just need you for certain things and not all things, right? I said, don't just be with people. Notice them. Know where they stand and where they are weak. Because when you do that, this will help you understand better where you stand. If you know what that person is going through, if you know why that person is behaving the way they're behaving, if you know why things are going the way they are going, it gives you the ability to understand them. It gives you the ability to know where you stand because you would know exactly how to act. You will know exactly how to act. I was trying to help that person, and all he did or all she did was speak anyhow to me. Yes. Because you didn't take the time to understand exactly what that person wants. You didn't take time to do that, right? You didn't take time to know that. So you learn exactly what they're going through. You learn how to act accordingly to whatever they're dealing with, whatever they're going through, right? Be happy to know your place. Be happy to know exactly what you are there for. Be happy to know exactly what you need to do in every given situation. in every or at every time, right? I said, understanding the position you occupy in a person's place or around a person help you in managing your expectations. What are your expectations? What are you hoping to get from that person? What are you hoping that that person gives you in order for you to know exactly what your place is? How are you managing your expectations with that person? Right? How are you managing it? Do you have your expectations so up here that when that person answers to you or when that person responds to you, you feel some type of way? Knowing exactly where you are, where you occupy in that person's life, help you manage your expectations. Maybe you were expecting too much from that person. Maybe you were expecting that person to give you or open the floodgate to you. I said, don't position yourself so high in people's life or in people's priority. Oh, that fellow, she doesn't joke with me at all. Oh, that fellow, she does not joke with me at all. You're putting yourself up here. Does the fellow feel the same way about you? Or you think that because they smile with you, you think that because they're not saying much to you, that's exactly how they see you? Never position yourself so high in people's life. Know your place, because it will only give you the peace of mind. It would only prevent you from getting hurt. It will only prevent you from being treated anyhow by the people you call friends, by the people you call family, by the people you call colleagues, by the people you hold them in high esteem. Know your place in people's lives. Know your place in people's lives. I wrote something that said, never fight for true love and true friendship. They will come if it's genuine. They will come if that person exactly or actually values your place in their life. They will come. But never fight for people that don't see you as priority. Know exactly where in their lives you belong. Know exactly where in their lives you are placed and act accordingly. It is not pride, it is respect. You knowing your place in people's life is not pride. It's not because you're too known. How are you, Richmond? It's not because you're too known. It's not because you're too prideful. It is because you value your peace of mind. It is because you value your sanity. It is because you value your principles. Yes, you're going to be there for that person. Yes, I am here through and through for you. If you only allow me, yes, I am here for you. If you only give me the chance to be there for you. If they don't involve you, don't force it. Know exactly where you are in people's lives. Never assume your position in anybody's lives. Never assume that this is the place I hold in that person's life. Never assume that, oh, this is where I've been positioned. This is how this person sees me. No. Know your place in people's life will only give you the peace of mind, will only give you the ability to know if you are needed or not. It will only let you know if you are needed or not. Oh, but that person, I do everything for that person, but yet they speak to me anyhow. Yes. Have you asked yourself where in their life they place you? Is it that it's only when they need something that they come to you? Is it that it's only when they are in trouble that they come to you? Is it that it's only when things are that they don't have anybody to speak to, that is where they come to you? Or is it that you have placed yourself here in their lives? I said earlier on, knowing exactly where you are placed in somebody's life is not pride. It is respect. Respect for that person's space, respect for your own sanity, respect for your own self, respect for who you want to be, respect for who you want that person to be, respect for that relationship that you guys have. Respect. Oh, all I've ever done to you or all I've ever done for you is to make sure you are okay, but yet you treat me this way. Yes. Some goes to the extent of even saying to you, but I didn't tell you to do this for me. Have we all been said that to before? Oh, but I didn't tell that person to do anything for me. Oh, but I didn't ask him to do anything for me. Meanwhile, you want this person in your life. You want that friendship. But yet, this is what you're saying. Just because that person or that fellow is saying to you that, hey, this thing that you're doing, A, B, C, and Z, and all you could say is that, oh, I'm upset, but I didn't ask you to do this for me. Know your place in people's life. Know your place in people's lives. I call this the lesson 101. Know exactly where you fit in your friends' lives, in people that are around you life. Because when you do that, your feelings will never get hit. And even if they do, you already prepared for that. Even if they do, you already know where you stand. As I remember that first impressions are lasting. So know where you stand in the lives of the people you are around. And believe where you stand. Believe where you think you stand. Thanks for joining, Nana. How are you doing? We are in the position to go all out for people. And then they tend to tell you, oh, but I didn't ask you to do this for me. The person have that ability to talk to you that way because you thought they needed you, because you thought that you are friends with them. So yes, come what may, what you doing, I'm good. Come what may, what you doing for them is needed until you are told otherwise. And I'll be expecting your contribution for our yearly project coming. Until you are told otherwise, right? Until you are, it's being shoved in your face that, hey, I didn't ask for your help. Have we all been in that situation before? I have. And it's not a pretty feeling. It's not a pretty feeling at all. Know when to step in. If you are not being told, don't get involved. If you are not being invited, don't go. It is you being respectful of the situation. It is you being respectful of whatever is going on. It is you being respectful of that person's space, your space, and everything that is involved in that situation. We've all been in situations where we ask ourselves, oh, but I thought I was friends with that person. Why didn't they invite me? You weren't needed at that place. You weren't needed. So don't beat yourself too much. Don't beat yourself too much. If they opens up or if they open up the channel, then go all out and support them. Go all out and help them. If they involve you, go all out for them. But if they don't, please know your place. And do not place yourself up here just because you think that's where you are or that's where they place you. I did that for that person. I did that for that person. And yet this is all he's saying to me or she's saying to me. She's speaking to me anyhow. Just because you didn't do your homework right. Respect yourself enough to hold your peace up here. Respect yourself enough to keep their peace up here. If they don't want you involved, please don't get involved. Because in knowing your place, your feelings, as I said, won't get hurt. In knowing your place, you won't be spoken to anyhow. In knowing your place, that's it. Knowing your boundary is the key. Knowing your boundary, as Monica said, is the key. People are getting hurt left, right, center, not because they did anything wrong, not because they didn't do things right, but because they cared too much. This is not to say that you're not supposed to care. No, that's not what we're talking about here. Thanks for joining, whoever is on here. Please put your comment and your questions in the comment section and we'll address it. Right? Because they cared way too much for that person. Karen is good. Don't get me wrong. Karen is very good. Right? Especially when the person receiving it reciprocated. Right? It is very good. That's my mini-me talking over there. It is very good. It is a good feeling when that person appreciates it. It is a good feeling when it is a mutual transaction. Or even if it's not a mutual transaction and that person appreciate what you've done and you're not being spoken to anyhow, you're not being treated anyhow. It is good. But in all, I know my place. In all, you know your place in a way to act accordingly to the situation. Act in a way that you don't end up getting hurt. Act in a way that you don't end up asking yourself, why am I doing this? Because guess what? In doing so, it will only make you bitter. In doing so, it will only make you not to do what is needed for other people. Right? Don't position yourself so high in people's lives. Oh, this person hold me in high esteem. That is your assessment, not their assessment. You are thinking that that's where you are in their life, or that's where you are placed in their lives. Check it again. Check the times where you went all out for that person. What was their response? Check the times where you gave your all. What was their response? Check the times where you poured out your whole storage to them. What was their response to you? Was it appreciated or not? Or were you spoken to in a manner where you asked yourself, why exactly did I care that much? Is that the question you're asking yourself now? Oh, but Amanda, they are my friend and I want to help them. Yes, it's good to help, but do they want your help? Do they want your help? When you know your place in people's lives, it gives you the upper hand because you are prepped for what is to come. Oh, this is where I place myself right here. So if that person ends up putting me there, I'm already there. I already know my stand. But if I put myself up here and I get dropped, my feelings get hurt, right? Then that dream or that happiness of yours gets shattered. Just because you raised yourself so high or you raised the bar so high to the extent that now that you've been dropped, you don't know what to do. Learn to know your place in people's lives. It is the first thing to know. As I said, before you even get into anything. But that doesn't say, or that doesn't mean that you cannot help anybody. Some of us are genuinely happy to help people, regardless of how they treat us. Why? Because we don't expect anything in return. Why? Because we don't expect anything from that fellow or from that person or from the people that we support, right? And so when things trying to go left, we're not shaken in any way. But for those that are not like us, for those that need to put things in place, for those that need to tune up their mind in a way that when that person says that to me because of what I've done for them, I won't get so much hurt. That is why we have these conversations. That is why we sit here and we speak about, or we talk about things like this. Because as I always say, you might be somebody's source of blessing by giving them this, or by sharing with them, or by having this conversation with them. Do you know? The question that I want to give to you, or ask you, is, do you know your place in the people around you's life? Do you know where exactly you are placed in their life? Do they value what you bring to the table? Do they value your contributions? Right? Ponder over this question, or these questions. How does that person see me? Where exactly do I fall in their life? Is it okay for me to pull myself away sometimes? Yes. Is it okay for me to reposition myself in a way that I don't get hurt because I know my place in people's life? Yes. That is not you being prideful. That is you being respectful. And that is you being on guard. As I always say, on here, we work on ourselves. Aside our donations or our other functions that we do for the needy, we come here and we learn from each other. We come here and we take topics and we talk about it. I might not know everything, as I always say, right? But know exactly where you stand. If that person is your ride or die, go all out for them. If they do appreciate you or not. Why? Because you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. You are paying forward that assistance. You are paying forward that help. You are paying forward so that somebody else might benefit. But in doing so, know your boundaries, as Monica said. In doing so, know exactly where you stand. In doing so, never place yourself so high in anybody's life unless they have put in you there, unless they have told you that that is where you are or that is where you stand. Thank you for joining me once again. It is a Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. I am your host and founder, Amanda Akrufiaye. As I always say, our social impact project is coming up again. Yay! You know, whenever I speak about this, it's a joy for me because we are, in our own little way, able to support, able to give out, or able to help those out there, those in need, those in our own little way, in our own small way, right? But before we even get on that, let us go out this week and ponder over these things. Ponder over this. What is my place in that person's life? What is my place in my friend's life? What is my place in this circle, or in the circle that I find myself in? Where do I stand? Right? Let us ask that question. Let us do some sort of interrogation of ourselves. Where do I stand? How would I feel if I do this for that person and they speak to me in this manner? Is it gonna stop me from doing what I need to do? Is it gonna stop me from even being good to other people? It is gonna stop me from being good in general, or it wouldn't scratch me in any way, because what? This is who you are? Let us ask ourselves that question. And let's keep this conversation going with the answers that we come up with the thoughts that we come up with, right? Let us make this fun and let us share this out there. Somebody might be in need of this. You might be somebody's source of blessing, as I always say it. Let us share this out there. So our Social Impact Project is coming up this year once again, as we always do. We've done this 3 years in a row and counting, and we pray to God that we don't stop anytime soon, or we don't hope to stop anytime soon. As God grant us the ability and the resources, we'll continue to put smiles on people in need, or the people that are in need phase, right? So join us, join this word, because let us go out there and support the needy. This year we are hoping to get into the schools as well, as we are able to get our stuff down to Ghana. We're hoping that it will be done soon. But even that, even if we're not able to do because of the Baltimore issue, we are still going to have our Social Impact Project by going to the orphanages to support them, as we always do. So don't be left out, you know. Don't be left out. As I said, you might be somebody's source of blessing, regardless how much. Listen, helping is not about the amount that you give. It is about the heart that gives, right? So let us go out there. If you want to be in support, you are more than welcome to do that. Use our website. We have our donate button. Maybe you can say, hey, Amanda, I can support you guys with material things, but I can support you with my kobo, with my naira, with my dollar, right? There is a donate button on there that you can support this worthy cause. And we come here, or we come back, and we give you account of whatever it is done with the resources that you've given us, through the pictures, through the videos, through everything that we do. Or maybe you can say, hey, I want to be a partner with ADOEI, that I can support you guys quarterly or yearly with my substance. You are more than welcome. On our website, there is a join us button. There is the form, or there is the send us message. On that, send us a message and let us work together. Send us a message and we will get back to you. Or it could be that you might be in need of something. Also send us a message. We're not just looking for people that can support, but if you are in need of anything, I always say that if you are able to send us a message and we are in the position to support, we will support you. If you are not, we are not in the position to support. Yeah, I can't talk today. If we are not in the position to support you, we will try and direct you to the right channels for you to get assistance and for you to get help as well. But everybody is welcome on board. Or maybe you say, hey, I just want to be part of the group. I just want to be part of the team. We are going to be extending our branches to other cities in Ghana. So right now we basically have associates in Accra. We are hoping to extend it to ADOEI Takrady, ADOEI Kumasi. We are hoping for teams that see the vision and wants to help us grow, see the vision and wants to hold this vision by the horn with me, the founder, to push it out. All right, you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to send me a message, or send any of our team, George, Anaman, or anybody on here, a message, and we will get in contact with you and know where or how you are going to be in support with us, right? But until I see you again, let us push this video out there. No one our place in people's lives. Let us push this video out there on all other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, what have you. Let us push it out there. If you haven't followed us yet too, please do. On here, A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated on Facebook, A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated on YouTube, A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated on LinkedIn, and all other platforms. Join us. Let us make this world a better place. Let us, one way or the other, through our own little way, right, support this worthy cause and make this world a better place. We want to build a home away from home, where nobody will be judged, where nobody will be looked down upon, where nobody will be left out, as I always say. All right. So join us. Let us spread this good. Join us on this worthy course, and your life will never be the same. As I always say, I love you all so, so much. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. Without you guys, without our audience, we can never be here. Without you all, we will never be have an ADOE. So we cherish you. We cherish your views. If there is anything that you think that we can improve upon, you are more than welcome to send us a message on that as well. And we will look into that. Thank you. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda Akrufiaye. I am your host and founder of A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. I will see you again next week. Until I see you, have a blissful Saturday and a fruitful week ahead. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye for now.